dear learners, welcome back to class. This is teacher Shamim, the I.R.E teacher. Today I want us to look on the differences between Zakat and Swadaqah. Remember we said Zakat is the third pillar of Islam. I want us to see, and we said Zakat is only given to Muslims. You remember me saying that anything or any help given to non-Muslim is Swadaqah. So let us today look at what is the difference between Zakat and Sadaqa. So let us first start with Zakat. The very first point on Zakat, I can say Zakat is obligatory. And when I say obligatory, I mean Zakat is fard. So I can say Zakat is obligatory or fard. It is a must for able Muslims to give out zakah. The second point that I can put down is it is paid on the specific item. So not all the items are liable for zakah, or we don't give out just anything for zakah, but we have got specific items for that zakah. So paid on specific items. Specific items. Okay, the third point that you can add has a minimum nisab, has a minimum amount to be given out. That is nisab. Remember we said nisab is the minimum amount that should be given out as zakah. It doesn't mean that when you have 100 camels, you're supposed to give out all of them. No, there's just a portion of it that you give out. So zakah has a minimum amount paid, and that is what we call nisab. That way has a minimum amount that is paid. The next point we can add, it is paid annually. So it is paid annually. That one means it is paid once in a year, not every day, not monthly, not weekly. Another thing that you can add is given to specific people, just the recipients of zakah, as if you have seen them the way they are, the way we discussed them prior. Zakah is given to specific people. Given to specific people. Not everybody is recipients of zakah. And then another thing that you can add, must be paid by an individual. Zakah must be paid, and it is must, not may. Must be paid by individual, not as a family, not as a group of company, but it is always paid as an individual. And the last point that I can add on zakat is must be given to Muslims only. Must be given to Muslims only. So those are some of the features of zakah. Remember, we were trying to get the differences between zakat and swadaqah. Now, having seen the features of zakah, now let us see on swadaqah. Swadaqah. What brings the difference now between the two? On swadaqah, we can say the very first point is voluntary charity. Sadaqa is voluntary. Remember, zakah was obligatory, meaning it was fard. Sadaqa is now not fard, but it is sunnah. So we can say is a voluntary act, or sunnah. We can say it is sunnah when zakat is fard. Another thing we can add on Sadaqa is, Sadaqa, any item can be given out. Any item can be given out. Unlike Zakah, we have got specific items to give out as Zakah. So, any item can be given out as Sadaqa. And then we can also add, any amount can be given out, any item can be given out, and then any amount can be given out. When I talk of amount, remember, you would like to give out 50,000 to help somebody, you give it out, that is Sadaqa. You want to give out 50 bob, that is Sadaqa. But for Zakah, that amount that you want to give out, it has to reach nisab. If it is 1,000, the 1,000 shillings has to be in your custody for 1 good year. Then we calculate what portion of 1,000 are you supposed to be giving out. So for Zakah, we don't give out any amount, but the nisab has to be calculated. Then we can also add, given out at any time. Remember, in Zakat we said it is given annually, but for Sadaqa, given out anytime. Anytime you like it, you give out today, tomorrow, but after 1 week, that one is okay. That is Sadaqa. So we can also add, can be given on behalf of somebody. Remember, in Zakah we said it has to be given individually, but for Sadaqa you can decide to give out Sadaqa on behalf of my parents, Sadaqa on behalf of my children, or Sadaqa on behalf of my brothers or my family members. So can be given on behalf of somebody else. Can be given on behalf of somebody. Can be given on behalf of somebody, and then can also be given to anyone. It can also be given to anyone. To anyone. When you give out Sadaqa to anyone, meaning children, be the rich, be the poor, any help you give to somebody, that is Sadaqa. But for the Zakah, it has the 8 recipients that we discussed. Those are the specific people that should be given out Zakah. But Sadaqa can be given to anyone. The last point that I can add, can be given to a non-Muslim. Can be given to a non-Muslim. And that's the difference with Zakah. Zakah is only given to Muslim. Now, my dear learners, these are the differences between Zakat and Swadaqah. Go through your notes, write the notes down, master them in your points so that you can be able to differentiate. When you have your sisters at home, sit down, discuss about the differences between Zakah and Swadaqah so that it sticks into your mind. You have to know what's the difference between Zakah. When I give it to specific poor, that is Zakah. When I give it to my neighbor who is a non-Muslim, that is Sadaqa. Until we meet next time, bye-bye.